Hi, it's Laura over here at Hyperstamper, and today's junk journal is made with the cover of this book called Lady Bird from the 1930s, and I've got these feathers on here. One is actually a cardinal feather, the brown spot of a female, and then this one here is a sparrow feather, and I know that because it came out of my yard. I've got some vintage crochet here, some matching ribbons, and I made this tag in the pocket here out of an 1884 book page, and it's got the birds on it, and I thought that was perfect for Lady Bird. Isn't that lovely? I really like this one, and let me give you a little tour of what's inside. So I've got the original pages here. Hi, Lacey. Lacey's come to help. So we've got an opening here with the original pages, and then an opening here with the original pages. Copyright 1930. And this is a really cool cursive writing practice sheet from the 1920s. The L. And then here's another journaling tag that I made out of antique paper. And then here is a really fun sheet from the 1950s. Look at this craft sheet here. Things to make sachets out of. Isn't that beautiful? And on the other side, it's just how to make these fun terry towel casual items. Neato Pepito. And this is really cool. It's the last color bingo card I have from the 1950s, and this was a game that never really took off, so they're kind of rare because I think they only did one run of these. So that's really cool, right? And then, thank you, Lacey. This is just a little ad from a magazine from the 50s, and Fad of the Month Club. That one's handbags. Antique music sheet here, and this is from the early 1900s. How cute is that plate there? I love it. Building railroads. Very cool. Another plate here for Portofino. Oh, sorry, don't eat the ribbon. This is also another 1926 blank ledger page here that you can journal on. It's got the original lines on there, which I love. Oh, Lacey, no. Sorry. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I'm going to try to hide it underneath. There we go. That might help. Okay. This is 1940s Things to Make and Do book. Look at some child colored in the buttons here with crayon. I love that. It shows that the book was well loved. Make this pocket here out of a vintage doily, and another journaling tag from a recipe page. This is a little scorecard. Isn't that cute? From Bridge. Have some fun on there. Whoopsie. Sorry, I put that one in there. And then up here, this is the box of a player piano roll. And you can see here, it's called the Roll of Honor. And I turned that into a journaling tag as well. And that's some leather from an 1800s book. I just really liked the texture and design of that. Now this is really cool. This is also the last one I have. 1876, it's a United States Internal Revenue license. And this one is for tobacco manufacturing, which was a big deal in the 1800s. Not so much now, but see there, it's got the cigar box there. Isn't that neat? That is really precious, and it's beautiful pink paper, and you can see, look at the little flecks and everything in it. It's really beautiful. I'm thrilled with it, and I'm sad to let it go, but it's time. Vintage recipe book page. This is from 1904, Freckles, and a beautiful old stamp there, Aeromeal stamp. Some tea-dyed paper here, a 1930s children's book page, and here's a beautiful little vintage hanky. Look how pretty this one is. It was never purchased, so never used, but super old. And that's from that lot of hankies that I received from a store that long ago closed, but the items were put in a box and never looked at again until I got them. This is a vintage stamp collector's page, and I stuffed in some pressed flowers that were from this book. Isn't that neat? So that we get to live together forever. I like that. I stamped that down there, journal. Whoopsie. And then over here, I've got the Bobbsey Twins pages here from the 50s, and they are blank for journaling on the other side. Eccentric dancing, I just thought that was really fun. Pulled that out of an antique book. plate from the early 1900s, believe it or not. Even though it's brilliantly full color, it is from the English Garden Book. Cross stitch from the 50s, vintage playing card, and some vintage Monopoly money. You can make some clusters and fun things out of those. Another wonderful children's book page here from the 30s. Some of this beautiful vintage fabric with the gold threading. This is, I believe, yeah, Theatre World magazine from the 1958. Yes, 1958. How cool is that? Wonderful ads in there. And this is one of those awesome wallpaper border pieces that I've got from the early 1900s. And you can see the rolled paint that would have gone on there. So each color was a roll that put the paint on all the way down the border. This is super beautiful. This is from a German magazine, fashion magazine from the 50s, but the images are spectacular, and that is double-sided. Look at this. I would wear any one of those outfits today. Oh, bring back the fashions from the 50s. I love it. Yep. That's just a little journaling envelope on a magnetic, a hidden paper clip. Creative Spirit up there. Another wonderful Magic Garden page here from the early 1900s. Just a little book of antique ephemera. You okay there? You're sleepy for a change. There we go there. And that is a vintage recipe card. And this is from the early 1900s. It's just so brittle, but I think you can do some journaling on there. Have some fun with that. Here is a blank recipe card. And this is a vintage dictionary page with 2 1950s receipts in there. More of that Theatre Arts magazine there. This old page, and that is at the end page of a book. And that brings us to the end. So I hope you love it as much as I love making it. Come back and visit soon. And don't forget, hyperstamper.com.